So, I mean, what should the organizations, finance organizations, how do they deploy the AI? Of course, we have the right data, but how do they deploy, especially from the regulator's perspective or the customer's perspective? How can they bring the transparency and trustworthiness?
Yeah, being a CA, more like I'll answer like a CA. Coming back to the question of data, then we'll go into the transparency. I'm sure we all are. How many of you are having private limited companies here? I'm sure more than 50-60%. Auditor do come every day to our office, every year rather. We know what set of data which is required auditors to audit. Even though audit time is year on year goes more. See, I strongly believe business is there for centuries. Technology started coming in between. Whatever the business having the challenges, be it with respect to the data, with respect to anything, transparency, the same challenges will continue even in the AI in a simple way. When it comes to the transparency, this is what I always, surprise. Recently, I being a forensic auditor, I do help CBI, UOW in solving some of the cases. I closely work with them. Normally, when you give an answer, we appreciate. When ChatGPT give an answer, AI agent give a result, we appreciate. But if you go and tell the same thing to CBI or any regulator for that matter, they'll say, no. Give me the evidence. I wanted to know how it's solved. So that is, I feel, the fundamental factor which will be differentiating the applications what we build tomorrow. If the transparency is not there, because we don't want a magician which can give me an answer. So I strongly feel AI should not be a magician. Without explaining if AI can give an answer, I appreciate it, but I don't continue for my regular work. We always ask the question, how? We being a chartered accountant, of course, in the finance domain, we don't believe with the answers. We believe with the transparency starts from what data we keyed in. That's what the plays very important, the starting point. Then how it processed. Then after the process, how we can eliminate the bias. And after that, what is the final result? I can even put up one case of IIT Hyderabad, the GST. In fact, it's in the public domain. FIR has been filed, so I'm just mentioning it. There's no issue. There was a hard coding in the system program that some of the GST numbers can be eliminated while scrutinizing. Let's say if tomorrow AI can do this, who will be responsible? We can't make anyone responsible. So that is what very, very important. I feel these all are case studies. These all problems are there for the last many decades and centuries. I'm sure these will continue with AI. However, we just need to understand each and every problem with a case study, fix it, and get up the second case study, fix it, and so on. Probably, if you allow me, I'll put one more thing.
Sure.
When it comes to the cyber, that's what we always, find it. There was a guy, Triveni Singh, who established the first cyber commissionerate in the country. Very excellent person when it comes to the cyber crimes. One day, in a lighter tone, when we were sharing the dais in one of the course, I asked him, how do you crack all these courses? Then he said, this is the conversation almost like 7-8 years back. Who said we are cracking? First one fraud happened in the cyber. We'll try to understand what is the modus operandi. We'll put into our register that this is the way a fraud can happen. The next fraud will be entirely different. We'll spend some time, we'll update our register. Then third fraud can happen. We'll look into our register, nothing will match, we'll make it. I feel the challenges will keep on coming. It's about how we address by making sure that the transparency, leveraging into that.
If decisions are made by, of course, humans and also some of the algorithms, who should own the accountability? Maybe if you can throw your light, like your experience, who should own the accountability when humans and algorithms are jointly making decisions?
Yeah, in fact, that even in my previous answer, that was partly answered. It should be both. That's what the strong policy should be made in the organization. That's the reason there should be clearly defined roles, which are very important. In fact, that is there already in our organization, every organization. Now you should make the data owner who is clear and who is the guy supervising the model, that has to be clear, and there should be a clear-cut accountability, because I am sure even if you keep all these things, something will miss it. And I look into always as a chartered accountant in a different angle. The litigation will certainly come, because unless you make a strong documentation keeping the accountability with the definitions, it will be very difficult. Okay, I'm sure I can even foresee in next 5 to 10 years, the most of the court cases when it comes to the IT Act would be, we both implemented, we have done our job, but this mistake belongs to whether audit or whether data or whether model. So I'm sure these type of litigations will come. Those all can be easily avoided by making a strong documentation, role bifurcation at the time of, making at every step level. If we can make the person accountable, I'm sure that will be at least accountable in the court of law.
Thank you. So I think finally, sir, do you want to add any advice, guidance in terms of what should they do from the governance aspect before they start AI projects, any AI projects?
Honestly, if it is an AI, ask the same question fourth time, it will be into hallucination. Hopefully, I will not be into. In fact, adding to all the people, I'll just add one point which I strongly believe that is missing in any of the AI products. In fact, this I identified from one of the person. One day, one guy came to me with a very interesting concept like, Sharan, why should be a double entry system there in the market? I'll speak, it should post an entry in the system, double entry. I'll speak, it will query the thing, then everything is perfect. Natural language to, accounting to, already systems are there from ledger posting, balance sheet, P&L, and retrieving. Then I said, excellent concept, but ChatGPT, Perplexity, every AI, at the bottom they put it, I may give you wrong answer sometimes, for your product, will you keep this? Okay, so the point I'm trying to stretch is, keeping the temperature, like we can call in the technical language, or how are you, when are you going to tell that my product is 80% accurate or 90% accurate? Because you can't build an accounting product that I may do mistakes, gone, right? You can't make a product to make the payments to the other person, I may sometimes be biased. So he'll push it to his relatives' accounts. So I strongly believe there should be a standardization where the product should confidently tell a percentage that, this is what the percentage I can be correct. I think at that point of time, even taking the decision will be very simple. I feel that point everyone has to work on. In fact, at the government's level, I am also in the board of C&AG and South Central Railway appointed by government. I mentioned this point. So how can you confidently tell that this is what the AI you are using? At the end of the day, it is clearly mentioning that I may do the mistake. That mistake, maybe this is the one. Okay, I feel that standardization may be required.
Absolutely, I think it's a very important point.